Well, I did it again. Forgot to change it back from time-lapse from yesterday, so I just made another 8-minute video on time-lapse. We'll try this again. So, I'm finally out here working on the 302. Had American Motor and Marine do it for me. It's 60 thou over. Got some new pistons. There you go. 60 thousandths over. And what we're doing right now is putting ring gap in it. Ever since I got this motor, there you go. I've been planning on running some boost on it. Maybe not this year, but definitely next year. Got this one gapped out right to 30 thousandths. Might take it back out and just clean it up a little bit. It's right there, but I'd like to have a little looser fit, or probably actually at 28. But either way, if I do this top and second ring here, both at 30 thousandths, that means this thing will withstand 30 psi, at least as far as rings go. Block, probably not so much. Just using some Recon rods. Had some ARP hardware thrown in it. These rods should be good to 500 horsepower, I've heard, and that's what everybody on the forums says. Hopefully we can make that. I know Richard on his channel, he's around 560 horse on factory rods and crank. So we'll see if it takes it. Got my oil rings over here, haven't started on those, but these are going to get, I think it's 15 thousandths minimum, and since this thing will never see 30 psi, I think 15 is going to be more than enough. Kind of going overkill on the rings, just trying to be extra safe in case it's going to get itchy on the boost controller. Which even badly will. So, either way, I'm going to put it on time lapse. Alright, so I figured really quick I would show you how to put rings on. Let's see. So, this is the way I do it. Grab your oil ring, put it right here, set it in the groove, just peel it and it'll snap in. Oil ring is definitely the easiest one. Well, the whole oil groove is the easiest. Same with this, you just grab one of those little thin ones and they go either side of your waffle ring. There you go. So one on the bottom and one on the top. I'll get a close-up for you here in just a second. Actually, okay, so you see how you've got this little one right here, and then your waffle. I call it a waffle, other people call it different stuff. See how this one's going on the top side? You just peel it and guide it, it'll snap right in. A lot of people like to use ring tools. I don't necessarily do that. Then your next ring, you can see it says top right there. after I show you, I gotta put it on upside down. Then this is your second groove. Get it right here. And just slowly try to walk it around. Like that. And it will, a lot of time it'll catch in this top groove. Don't worry about it, just pull it back out and it'll slip into where it belongs. And then this one, right here, you set it in, try to get it kind of aligned. And then what you want to do is I use my thumb and pull and then guide with the rest of my fingers here, like this. And it typically walks right in. See that? Bam. It is a little bit sticky in there. And I filed this one off too. I wonder why that is. The second one slides nice and easy. But this one is acting a little bit sticky. So I'll pull it back off and see why it's acting funny. A little tiny burr on this piston. Wonder if that's all it was. Which brings up a good point. Always double check your hardware, even if it is fresh from the machine shop. Just go through and double check all of it. And make sure there's no chance of any burr on this ring. Turn it around, do the other side. Just always double, triple check everything. It's easier to do it now than getting it all put together and in the car just to find out that you missed something and wreck something on the inside of the motor and then you're starting all over again. Nobody wants to do that. So just double check your work. Like I said, I've never done this myself, but I've helped people do it, and this will be a learning experience for all of us. The rings in them, and everything is between 30 to 32 thousandths. So yeah, we're good there. All I'm doing now is going through, making sure everything is clean, and I've got all those little tiny spots of corrosion out of the cylinder walls here. And once we're done there, we're gonna try to slam the bottom end in this thing. Just butt out my crankshaft. Got the bearings, assembly lube. We'll be good to go here in just a minute. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use blue towels. I'm trapping myself in here. Got too much stuff going on. Alright. So first we're gonna wipe this down with lacquer thinner. Just get all the dirt and grime out of it. Then I'm gonna grab some ATF and wipe it through again. And after the ATF, we'll go back to the lacquer thinner until these rags come out perfect. I shouldn't say perfect, spotless, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna be shocked at how dirty these cylinder walls are. That's amazing. Oh, I almost forgot. I've still got my my mains and bolts soaking over there. Well, let's get through one thing at a time. Gotta go find the ATF first. That's incredible. Alright, give me one sec. Alright, well, I found all the things. All of them. So that's pretty cool. Set that guy right there. Got my hammers. That's what I was looking for. I don't know where I was going. I gotta move this crankshaft. Right there. That ought to be alright. Okay. Just gonna put some ATF on here. It's a pretty unnerving angle for that thing to be leaning at. I'm gonna bump the motor and it's gonna pour all over me. Alright. Just make a mess. That's fine. You wouldn't believe it, but I actually cleaned out at least half of this porch. Got a bunch of stuff to the dump and to storage. And then a bunch more stuff came back, so I gotta do it again. I'm sure you can relate. But we're up here because it is raining pretty decently. Alright. I'm gonna move these pistons. Everything's in my way. Except you, Coffee. You'll never be in the way. Perfect. Now back to the lacquer thinner. I'll do it again. I'm excited to put some boost to this motor. It'd be pretty crazy. Even without boost, this thing is going to be making 3 times more horsepower than what I'm used to driving, which will be pretty crazy, especially in a car that weighs 2,800 pounds, being stripped the way it is. It'll be pretty darn quick, man. Even with the small block, I think it's gonna do okay. I would love to get into the 12s. I know that's probably dreaming a little too big, but can you imagine if that thing went a 12? Even a 13 for that matter. That'd be darn cool. Alright. Time to flip this baby over. And now it's time for bearings. Make sure that these saddles are totally clean, which they are not. You want to make sure these are good and clean and there's no oil, no residue of anything on there, because I mean, you get just the tiniest bit of something slick on there and you're asking for a spun bearing, which I am not. I'm asking to not spin a bearing. That would be the worst thing to happen, besides breaking a piston. But I think I saved it with the ring gap. If this thing breaks a piston, I'm gonna be shocked. There's enough ring gap in there, and I'm pretty sure I already said this in the other clip of this video, but this thing can handle up to 30 PSI now, officially, which is nuts. Okay, I think these are gonna be main bearings. Yep. Alright. Well, I'm confused. Oh, haha, duh, caps. I was looking at these going, why do half of them have oil holes and half of them do not? Because I'm not thinking about the caps. And we're gonna slam these in. That's beautiful. I'd get you closer, but I kind of can't. I don't have anything else to set you on, and I haven't gotten a tripod yet, so I can't really get you a lot closer. Tripod is going to be my next expenditure, I think. Okay. This is my first official set of new bearings I've put in anything. It's pretty exciting. Hopefully I don't mess it up. I think I just... Nope, I didn't. Got excited, I thought I nailed it. But I didn't. Okay. You know, I don't think I have a rear main for this. Or a seal anyways. I have to pick one of those up. Alright, I think we're good. And now for the thrust bearing. Put this in there. Okay. Tangs on this side. Okay. I'll walk it back and forth and make sure it's fully seated. Alright. Woo! Look at these. These bearings are beautiful. Just beautiful. Oh yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Alright. So come down just a little bit. Too much. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Now, we can lube all those up. Clean off my hand again. You want to make sure your hands are definitely good and clean. Wow, that felt great. You ever spray brake cleaner right in an open cut? Feels awesome. Whew, that'll wake you up. Anyways, I was gonna say, you always want to make sure your hands that you're spreading the oil on with, or assembly lube in this case, are totally clean. You do not want any contaminants getting into that assembly lube. Make for a really bad day. Okay, I'll show you about how much I'm putting on here. Just like so. Nice, nice film. Touch heavy on this one, but that's fine. Put it on the next one. Last bearing, and then it's crank time. Maybe we'll see if that thing flash rested too, sitting in the same spot that the block did. My guess is yes, but I haven't looked yet. Probably should have, but I didn't. Alright, let's take a look at this crank, shall we? I'll open it right here so you guys can kind of see. Or not. That's fine. I'll lift it up and show you in a minute. Yeah. 1010. What? Is that actually okay? Oh yeah. Whew. Need a new thrust bearing. Yeah. Yeah, you can kind of see. But all the bearing, or all the seats look good. Nice and shiny. Alright. You always want to spray brake cleaner through all of these oil passages. Make sure that it's totally clean. Yep. Okay. Ah, there's a little bit of debris in that one. Did I get you? Almost. Alright. Another blue towel, please. Boy, this is about as exciting as driving through rush hour. Here we go. Okay. Put some more assembly on all of these guys. Perfect. Spin it around a little bit. Again, being careful to not knock your caps off. Normally I wouldn't set them in such a stupid spot. I should have moved my table over here, but I didn't. And we'll drop number one right here. Or that way. That's probably better. Number two. Number thrust. 4 and 5. 2 for you. 2 for you. 2 for you. 2 for you, and 1 for you. No. Not even. Not even. Okay. I wonder where that other bolt went. I have no idea. I took this thing apart and, well, I got it back from the machine shop right before we moved. And I thought I had all of my parts, but must have misplaced one somewhere. Well, obviously, huh? Alright. I almost forgot. Gotta get some Plastigauge in here. For those of you that have never done this, this is what Plastigauge looks like. Comes with this little string in here. Cut little pieces off and set them on your journals, and then when you torque it down, it'll squish, and when you pull it back off, oops, it's a lot weaker than I thought it was. You don't even need scissors. Set it like so. Alright. I believe, if I remember right, on these small blocks, it is 60 to 70 foot-pounds on the caps. So we'll start at 20, go to 40, and then we'll final it out. Let's set this to, where are we at? Well, I guess this thing only goes down to about 30. So we'll start there. Okay. Alright. There's 30. Let me double check. Yeah, 60 to 70. Okay. Let's step it up to 50. Alright, let's just go ahead and go to 70 for tolerance purposes. There we go, there's 70. Boy, I wish I had my Speedmaster bolts. Alright, there's 70. I didn't bring my breaker bar. Give me one sec. Got it. Alright, let's break all these loose. Let's see what our tolerances are. Really wish I wasn't missing that other bolt. I'd like to check all tolerances at once. What in the world? I guess that one slipped. That's not good. There we go. That's better. I'll show you this in a minute. That guy. That guy. That one. Oops. See, that stayed pretty good. This one, I don't know what happened. It fell over. Saw so much shadow out here. All you got is the porch lights. But those look pretty dang good. So, oops. Keep dropping my string. Okay. What do we got? That looks pretty close to 2000s to me. Yeah, looks pretty dang close. Let's see here. 3000s. I don't think it's 3. Pretty sure that is 2. I'm gonna put you back over here. My brother decided to come out and help. Say hi, brother.
Hi.
No, you're supposed to say hi, brother.
What's up, brother?
Alright. So, let me do some quick Googling. Okay, so we finally got the new studs here for the mains. The first order has been stuck in a town very close to me for about 2 weeks. So Speedmaster went ahead and sent me another kit. So we're going to pull all these factory bolts out and put these studs in, get the girdle on it, and stop the video again because I forgot to pick up a oil pump. So, we'll do what we can. Might test fit the oil pan. I think I've got a gasket for that. I think I'm going to have to waller out a couple of the holes because it doesn't sit quite properly in the block holes. You know what I'm trying to say. They don't line up. I know it's been a couple extra weeks since you old guys will be seeing this, but my wife tried to have the baby about 2 months early, so we had to go to the hospital for about a week, and we're back. Everybody's okay, everything's fine. It's just put a little bit of a damper on filming, but that's what needed to happen. So, yeah. She's back there murdering wasps. Okay, just about ready here. If you see me freak out like a little girl, there are a million yellow jackets out here. Like, I'm afraid they're gonna fly in my, weight reduction of my pants. I'm not really overly excited about that happening. That happened to me once when I was a little kid. I stepped on a ground wasp nest, and I've never emotionally recovered. That was a pretty nice girdle. Thank you, I thought so. Thought it was a wasp. I don't know if I showed you guys before or not, but this thing is thick and beefy. So hopefully it will hold this motor together with how bad I'm going to abuse it. Perfect. So I gotta back some of these studs out so that these nuts will have enough threads on them to grab properly. So that's what I'm doing there. The left side, or right side, I guess, is fine. But the left side, when this girdle's on here, for some reason, just the way it sits, it's, what am I trying to say? Well, be quiet. I'm trying to take a video here. Neighbors don't care. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is they're shorter on this side than they're on this side. So I've got to back them out to get enough threads. That's all I'm trying to say. Some people's kids. Gosh. Inconsiderate. Alright. I'm going to show you guys really quick. Because actually that is pretty dang awesome looking. And then we'll torque them down. And we'll see if I can find anything else interesting to do with this video. Let's see. There you go. Camera wasn't wanting to cooperate. Yep. So you can see these are Allens, and when they're all the way down, they're all the way down here, like barely level with this girdle. So you got to pull them up and then clamp them down. Yep, I think we're in good shape. We're gonna crank it all down and then see if it rotates. That's one thing I can do. There we go. Okay. Go wasting on my brake cleaner.
Needed to die.
Hmm?
Said he needed to die.
There's a lot of people. Never mind. Just getting them snug here first. Make sure they're gonna stay put. And then we'll get out the breaker bar and torque these down for real. Ooh, actually, while I'm in here, I guess I will extend the video just a few minutes. I need to torque on my rod bolts still. I don't know where my adapter is for this. Found the torque wrench. Not the torque wrench, the adapter. Let's get after this. Start at 50, because that's as low as it goes. Okay. Okay, let's go to 60. $39.70. So we're gonna go to 45 for the rod bolts. I guess first thing we should do, now that it's all torqued down properly, is see how it spins. There we go. It's a little snug for sure, but I think it'll be alright. Should be. Let's go ahead and torque these rod bolts. That's 40. About 35 is about as low as we're gonna get. So, wait a minute. That's better. Yeah, it's a half. Not a 13. Okay, there's one of these. Well, we're just gonna triple check all of them anyways. Thought it was one of these right here. There it is. Here's one of them. Okay. Now we're going to go to 40. Keep track of it by just doing lefts first, and I'll come back and do all the rights. That way I'll be sure not to miss any, or at least hopefully not. Motor may be a little bit too snug, unfortunately. Okay, I'll call my machinist tomorrow and see what he has to say. Okay, here we go. So, everything is torqued. Everything looks good. It is a little bit snug. I think that we're probably okay. Let me see what the camera's doing. There we go. I mean, it's not a ton of effort, but it's, you know, actually it almost feels better now that these are torqued. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's definitely a little bit snug. But I think I think we're gonna be all right. Okay, so we ran into another problem. I'll show you. Our oil pump does not fit with these studs. This here runs into the main stud and the girdle. So we gotta do some clearancing. I've been doing some reading on it. You basically just gotta trim this down a bit with a grinder, and supposedly all of your problems go away. So we're gonna give that a shot. I'll move you over here so you can watch. Maybe if I can find a good enough place for you to sit. Probably just put you right on the block. Let's see. See if this will work. I think you can see pretty good. Yep. But I'm gonna be standing right in the way. Okay, let's get going. I'm a little nervous to do this, but we'll give it a shot. Let's see. Just be sure to grab the hot spot you just ground. Let's see where we're at. You know, I was kind of afraid of that. I still don't think it's gonna work, because I gotta get farther back, so I might have to trim some of this here. I mean, we're pretty close with that bolt. Well, it might slide back actually. Let me take a little bit more off. Okay. So let me think. Basically, on this side is where you want to do most of the heavy work. Try that. It's not a lot more, but it might get us a little bit closer. Whoops. I've been grinding on the wrong end. I need to grind here. I got it flipped around and took more off here. Then I need to come back right basically at this right here. Take that back a little more. But that is closer. Okay, that's a little bit better, huh? Let's try. Let's see where we're at. Well, that's what I'm afraid. That's what I was afraid of. We're still catching on these tabs here, so I'm gonna have to notch it here and here. Okay, let me see. Might have. My tool bag is usually not this messy. Is out helping my older brother with something, namely fixing a snowmobile, which I've never done. Wouldn't recommend it. It's not one of those rewarding things. Alright, let me just go grab a Sharpie. Okie day. Let's see here. So I need to trim it from here and here. Oh, I lied. I'm gonna go broke experimenting on oil pumps. There we go. Okay. So everybody else that I've seen online and on the forums, they just take out that other area. Okay. Let's try this again. Oop. Safety first, kids. See that? Here. Let's see if that's far enough. I don't think it is. But man, that is actually awfully close now. Look at that. Okay. So, we gotta take this just a bit more on this one. I think we're fine on the other. Just a minute. Sorry, need some coffee. Alright. Let's try this again. My guess is I'm going to take this down a little bit more too. In fact, I'm pretty well certain of it. Yep. So, we're hitting just a little bit still on this bottom side right here, up against there. And we're just starting to come in contact with that head stud again. But we are darn near there. So, I'm gonna do this once more. Well, I'll make no pretenses with you guys. I went and done it. Just a little bit. I was already apparently too close. So, back to the parts store. Yeah. If nothing, I'll be honest with you guys. On this channel, you know, when I mess up, I try to show it. Most people don't. That's just not reality. And sometimes stuff like this happens. $60. It's not the end of the world. It's irritating because now I gotta go back into town and get another one. But, I mean, never know unless you try. So, try, and more often than not, it seems to work out just fine. Other times, you end up doing that. Gosh, that is a shame. Wonder if they'll warranty it for me. Factory defect and all. Alright. We'll catch back up in a few minutes. Okay. Well, apparently the second time's a try on this guy. You can probably see right there, got daylight shining through. Got it clearance just barely enough. Got this notched out nice at top and bottom for both sides. Got the drive shaft in it right here. Primed it. It's ready to go. My other producer. Anyways, we will do a unboxing of the oil pan because I think it's pretty sweet. So I'm gonna set you over here. I completely cleared off my deck and it's become an absolute disaster again.
I'm working on this blue mango.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, with my wrench.
With your wrench, huh?
My teeny baby wrench.
Okay.
Oh, I'm fixing them for you.
Alright. So,
Are you talking to the camera?
I am. This is an oil pan that is going to need a little bit of
Yeah.
adjusting because it is not quite, the bolt holes don't
Daddy,
line
look,
up
it's
totally
off,
perfectly.
It's off.
It's okay. Don't line up totally perfectly. I'll set it up here and I'll show you. Well, first, it's a pretty sweet pan. Nice bottom drain, which makes it easy. Not stuck out the side all stupid. It's got a baffle. It's a pretty nice pan. Excuse me, bud. Back up, please. I said back up, please.
Tip, I want to work on this Momo.
I know. What is catch? There. There we go. Barely clears the oil pump, so that's fine. Yeah, I don't know which 302 this was made for.
Daddy, this is a
But it
puppy one.
definitely is not as universal as they say, because these bolt holes.
Well, look
Well,
at
I'll
this
show
big
you.
puppy one.
Aaron,
Big puppy one.
okay. Alright. So all of these holes, in fact, are going to need to be widened. Okay. It's pretty good. I'll show you. So that's it. Looks pretty dang cool, I think. Nice 7-quart pan. That'll do just fine for what we're doing. But yeah, it's gonna look pretty neat. It's darn near as big as the motor. Anyways, this is what I'm talking about here. If I can get my camera to there. See, every one of them, it's just off enough. I'm not gonna, especially on this side, not gonna be able to get my bolts through. There's too much shadow over there. It's not really working. Now, I guess kinda. But you get the idea. You gotta get the Dremel out and do some fixing on that. But it is a cool pan. So there we go. I think that's going to be the end of it. Tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, I'll be getting the bolt kit for the pan and I can start dremeling that out. I might start on that tonight, not sure. And then I'll put the camshaft in it. And then that'll end out the video for the bottom of this. And we can move along to the heads. Alright. Well, I guess today's lesson is you don't know until you try it. So get out there and try. And then go buy another oil pump. See you guys.